Hey everybody, DeLong Shot Signatures here, and I have another in-person autograph recap to share with you guys from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Today was day one of qualifications, a very strange qualifying day with some of the names that made it to the top, as well as a lot of the improvements that were being made. And I don't know if today was bump day or if tomorrow's going to be. Still don't fully understand the qualification process. But one person will not make it to the field because there are 34 entries and only 33 spots. So very high stakes today. But had an excellent day for in-person autographs. Ended up getting, I think it came out to 51 autographs. So I'm going to start sharing those with you guys in, I believe, alphabetical order. So the first one here is probably the worst one that I got. I'm probably just going to have to scrap the paint pen idea for this year. They always work when I test them, and then whenever I either miss out on getting a signature from someone because they leave, or I get it and it just doesn't come out that great. But got Agustin Canapino on his hero card. They finally put these out towards the end of the day, but I had him sign in blue because his scheme for the Indy 500 is of his native home country of Argentina, and like their flag, that's what the car livery is based off of, and it's a light blue, so I figured that would look pretty cool. And unfortunately it's pretty hard to see even in person, but it is signed. Then I have one of my customs signed by, I didn't get the guy that we're all thinking of when I say this name, but still a pretty good addition to it. AJ Foyt the fourth. He signed this for me, saw him walking out of the Foyt garage, and thankfully I got a look at his badge, saw it was AJ, so I asked him if he could sign, and he was cool enough to do that. Then I got an 8x10 signed by Alex Pillow. This was the last autograph I got for the day, and is the last autograph that I need, technically, for my custom 4x6 photos of the drivers this year. We got Alexander Rossi. I waited about 45 minutes outside the McLaren suite to get him. Thankfully was able to get a few other drivers while I was waiting, but he left the garage, or left that suite with about 2 minutes before gates closed, so I was able to get him, and he was the last driver that I needed, so very cool to finish that project, although I do want an upgrade on my Castroneves. So if I don't, it's still complete, but if I do, that'd be awesome. Then I got a signed hero card from Benjamin Peterson. There are 2 different hero cards that I can get signed by him because they had some different designs available earlier in the week, and then today they had a new design and including a new AJ Foyt hero card for this year. AJ really wasn't looking to sign at all. I don't know if I'm going to have a shot at getting him in person this year. Then we got owner Bobby Rahal, also a former driver himself. I had just gotten back from lunch, just pulled out my stuff to get signed, and he walked right on by, so I was able to get him then. And I have a couple of signed Formula 2 Topps Chrome cards of Callum Ilott. Saw him pass by a couple times, wasn't able to get him the first few, but I did get him the last time, and he hit 2 of those. Then I got a custom 4x6 of former driver and current owner Chip Ganassi. I was standing with a couple of other autograph collectors, and one of them said, "Hey, Scott Dixon is down there signing autographs." Walked all the way down, and usually you can tell Scott Dixon by the very orange PNC hat that he's wearing, but it was Chip wearing the hat. But either way, I needed Chip, so it was nice to get him added to the, we'll go with set for the owner's customs. Then we have driver Christian Lundgaard on the driver customs. Got to see him again later in the day, and he hit 2 of these Formula 2 Topps Chrome cards for me. I do have 2 more that I need to get signed, and if I can't get them at the race, then I'll just send them to the race shop. Then I got 2 autographs from Colton Herta. First one is his hero card from this year. Also got an 8x10. Got another 2 signatures from Connor Daly. Got him on this year's hero card and an 8x10. Got 2 of this driver. Got David Malukas on his custom and on an 8x10. I think his team, HMD Motorsports, or Rick Ware Racing, Dale Coyne Racing, whatever it is, they're all partnered up together to own these cars. But I believe they do hand out hero cards, but you have to ask for them. They don't put out a display like some of the other teams do, so I'm going to need to do that tomorrow. Then got 2 autographs of Devlin DeFrancesco, who continues to shorten and make his signature way less memorable, but he signed the custom and a hero card. This was the second to last driver that I needed for my custom set, and honestly thought I wasn't going to get him today, but Felix Rosenqvist, as I was waiting for Rossi, about 5 minutes before gates closed, Felix stepped out. None of us knew that he was in the McLaren suites. Asked him if he could sign, and he did, and then he said, "Hey guys, I gotta leave." So maybe 4 or 5 of us got a signature from him, and then he had to go. But kind of a quick sig there, not the best looking of his, but his signature is not that great to begin with, but still helped with completing that set. Then continuing on with that, got Graham Rahal on his custom, as well as later on in the day his hero card. The RLL team hero cards this year are a little bit deceiving. So this is the front of it, and then this is the back, but they put the backs out, the back facing out when they put them in the little stands that they had. So I thought for the longest time this was the front of the hero card. So I made a mistake with the driver and had to get them twice to correct that. But still, you can really get it signed either way, and it looks kind of nice. But that is the front of the hero card in case any of you guys are, grabbing them at the track or whatever. Then we got legendary driver Johnny Rutherford on this custom 4x6. He definitely takes his time with his signature and everything, which is very nice. It's a very nice signature. What kind of stinks is that the person ahead of me had like 5 or 6 photos that they wanted signed and kept talking to Johnny, and he had to stop to think to answer. So it took a few minutes to finally get to meet Johnny again, but very glad to add him on this year's photos. Then I got my 4x6 custom signed by Joseph Newgarden, who is one of the hardest ones to bump into and get a signature from. Generally just hides in the Penske garages most of the day. Then I got 2 signed hero cards because I made a mistake the first time from Catherine Legg. They did make hero cards for her available at the track this year. So this was the second time as I was waiting for Alexander Rossi. She walked by, so I was able to get it corrected. And this is what I got in the morning. So I have it signed on both sides. It's almost like having 2 different hero cards, which is kind of cool. This was the only guy that I asked for 2 photos to be signed at the same time, because I didn't think I would bump into him again, and I didn't, so I'm glad that I did. But a fantastic signer, one of my favorites, Kyle Kirkwood. So got him to sign his hero card and an 8x10. Then we got last year's winner on an 8x10, Marcus Ericsson. He shaved, so he looked a little bit different today. But once I noticed that, it was a lot easier to find him the second time. Then we got legendary driver, and I don't think he's part of the ownership group of the team, but he's definitely involved with the team, Mario Andretti. He was running with black marker. He didn't switch, which is fine. I wish I would have had my customs out at this time. I was talking with someone else and didn't have time to get them out before this guy pulled up. So I got him on a generic custom, and not his custom, but team owner and former driver Michael Andretti. Then I saw this guy probably 4 or 5 times signing today, only bothered him twice, but got his hero card in an 8x6 Pato Award. Should have everything I need from him now. Then we got a new owner for my collection. I thought I recognized this guy on Tuesday, but wasn't 100% sure. And then I saw him signing some autographs for fans today. So I went up to him, asked him if this photo was of him. He said yes. So I got Ricardo Juncos added. Then the most autographs I got from one person today was 4. And that is from Andretti Autosport driver Romain Grosjean. So I got 2 of these Formula One Topps Chrome cards. He was walking and signing at the same time, so the signatures didn't come out that great, but still they're signed. Also got his hero card from this year, and I think the last time I ran into him, I also got an 8x10 signed. Then I got 3 signatures from this guy. Got both of his hero cards that were available this week, and an 8x10 from Santino Ferrucci. So this is what was available at on Tuesday. This is what they had today. And then I thought I didn't have an 8x10 of his, but it turns out that I did. So I got that signed. My 8x10 didn't turn out great of this guy, but at least the custom came out pretty decent. Got a decent signature from Scott Dixon, one of the newest members of the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America. Will be going in with Jimmy Johnson in 2024. This is a new name for the collection. I hadn't really heard of this guy before, but thankfully his signature is super legible, so I was able to figure out who it is. Scott Harrington. Someone else had asked him to sign, so I asked if he could sign for me, even though I didn't recognize him. But he won, I think, the 1999 Indy Racing League Rookie of the Year award. Got 2 signed hero cards from Stephen Wilson, who is always super gracious to his fans. Even when he's in a hurry, he'll take the time to sign. So got both of those. I need to get a hero card from his garage because I bump into this guy probably once in an hour. He's such a great signer. But just got him on a generic custom. Stingray Rob. I actually bumped into him crossing through the hallway into the bathroom. I was going to the other side of the garages. He was coming back from using the restroom. And then I was like, I just passed a 2-time winner of the Indy 500. I need to turn around and get something signed by him. So let him leave, of course. You don't stop them when they're in that hallway or in the bathroom. But got a signed photo of Takuma Sato. And then this was another name that I hadn't heard of before, but another autograph collector had stopped him, so I asked if he could sign. So this is, I'm going to have trouble with this, Taro Palmruth, something like that, Palmruth. He raced in 4 Indy 500s in the 80s and 90s. Raced in quite a few different other series. I couldn't tell you what he looks like now. If I bump into him again, I will not recognize him. But the other guy knew who he was, so thankfully I was there and was able to add Palmruth to my Indy 500 contenders collection. Also got TK at the end of the day. He signed an 8x10. And last one that I got while waiting for Alexander Rossi before he and Rosenquist emerged from the suite. Will Power was walking around and signing for everyone after his qualifications were done. So very, very nice day. Spent the entire day there, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. It was busy as heck today, and I knew it would be given that it was the weekend. Everyone's out of school, everyone's off of work, well, most everyone. And so it was very busy there, but thankfully it wasn't as bad, especially later in the day as I thought it was going to be. So got to meet a bunch of different drivers. There were several drivers that I had a chance to get, but just missed out on them or was too slow on the draw to get my stuff out in time. There were a few drivers that I just didn't have anything for. I probably could have gotten Scott McLaughlin like 6 or 7 times, but I don't really have anything for him unless I do a generic custom. I don't want to do too many of those for people that I don't have to. But very, very happy with how today went. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what your guys' favorite was. Comment that down below. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.